Morning, everyone. Today we are going to do John Donne and the Metaphysical Poets. Earlier we had done the Elizabethan poetry, Elizabethan sonnets, especially by William Shakespeare. We did 3 sonnets, and now we are going to do metaphysical poetry. And before doing Donne's sonnet, Death Be Not Proud, we have to give a little introduction about metaphysical school of poetry, because it is a very unique school of poetry and it is representative of its age. With the advent of scientific revolution, the nature of the poetic metaphor also underwent a change. Poets began to examine and observe the change in the world around them and express it as a comparison, a metaphor, or a conceit which endeavored to bring two different objects together and identify a point of similarity or parallelism. Several poets of the Jacobean period, that is, during the rule of James I from 1613 to 1625, and the Caroline period, that is, the rule of Charles I from 1625 to 1649, belong to this group. Helen Gardner's volume entitled The Metaphysical Poets begins with Walter Raleigh, ends with John Norris, and covers almost the whole of the 17th century, a century which witnessed many changes and upheavals. If, on the one hand, it was a period of growth and colonial expansion and development of science, on the other, it was characterized by political changes and religious conflict. John Donne and the Metaphysicals. The word metaphysical was first used by Dryden with reference to John Donne in 1693. Samuel Johnson was to use it later in his Life of Cowley. The metaphysical poets use comparisons in a striking manner, bringing together things which are ordinarily disparate, things which are unlike, and when they are compared, the dissimilarities are stronger than the similarities. Donne's poems are unusual in another way. They have very dramatic and abrupt beginnings. Many of his poems are personal in concern, and he very successfully develops the conceit to its full imagination, bringing into it contemporary events like sea journeys and territorial conquests. The portrait of a faithful mistress is replaced by one who is playful, unfaithful, and flirtatious. All metaphysical poems are not love poems. Religion and religious devotion are other popular themes. The symbolic meanings in the Bible are drawn out in the metaphysical conceits. The first poem which we would be doing, which is prescribed for you, is Death Be Not Proud, and which is by John Donne. So let us give you a little introduction about John Donne. He was born in 1572, died in 1631 in London, and is known for his metaphysical poetry. His images are drawn from many spheres, as I already told you, of human thought and activity, and combine the intellectual with the emotional. And this is the unique quality of metaphysical poetry. His poems were circulated privately amongst a group of friends. He was educated at Oxford and Cambridge, and he took religious orders in 1615. We are going to do a line by line analysis and explanation of Death Be Not Proud in the next video. In here we are going to just discuss the main characteristics of metaphysical poetry, and I have given you a brief introduction already. The metaphysical poets were men of learning. Their poetry reveals their scholarship, as I told you, intellectual combined with the emotional. From this point of view, Donne is a great metaphysical poet. He is also known as the father of metaphysical poetry. To show his learning is his chief object. In his poetry, he has twisted his vast learning. Due to this, his poetry becomes very difficult to understand, obscure, Difficult to understand means obscure. In Donne's poetry, there is always an antithesis between natural and divine knowledge. Donne's occupation with mortality and death fills his poetry with a macabre element. In his fine sonnet, Death Be Not Proud, which we are going to do in the next video, I mean a line by line analysis, he hates death and says, "One short sleep past, we wake eternally, and death shall no more, death thou shalt die." Donne's poetry is purely intellectual and it makes an appeal to the intellectuals. His thoughts are often new. He has expressed his thoughts in a unique manner. In short, he played with thoughts. In the poem, The Canonization, The Flea, and Death Be Not Proud, one can easily find Donne's new thoughts and expressions. Obscurity, as I told you, is one of the important features of Donne's poetry. In his poetry, we find obscurity and vagueness of subject. This is linked with sensibility of literary wit and philosophical conceptions. He frequently combines dissimilar ideas. Thus, his poetry is harsh, obscure, and puzzling. Saintsbury is right when he calls him a very great and a very puzzling poet. Wit is one of the chief characteristics of metaphysical poetry. This important feature can be found everywhere in Donne's poetry. It fashions his feelings and thought. Passion, sentiment, and sensuality are subordinated to wit. His wit is unique in the discovery of comparison and analogies. It is realistic and straightforward. It looks to run side by side with humor and irony. The heterogeneous material is compelled into unity by the rapid association of thoughts. The Flea is a beautiful example of it. The most important characteristic of metaphysical poetry is conceit. Conceit. Donne makes an abundant use of conceits. It is an instrument to reveal wit. The conceit is a comparison between two unlike objects or things. In short, it's a far-fetched comparison. Donne's conceits are far-fetched and his imagery is obscure. We can easily point out some of the conceits in Donne's poetry. In his popular poem, The flea becomes a marriage bed. It is because it bites the beloved after biting the poet. This flea is you and I, and this our marriage bed and marriage temple is, unquote. Similarly, in one of the poems, he compares the two legs of a compass to two lovers. He calls the woman as the fixed leg of the compass and the moving one as that of the lover who goes out for a living. As a poet of love too, Donne is a metaphysical poet. For him, love is not physical but spiritual. Thus, it can be said that Donne plunged deep in metaphysical pursuits. His selection of subject matter, his treatment, his diction, and style prove him to be a true and great metaphysical poetry. In the next video, we will be doing Death Be Not Proud, which is one of the most acclaimed sonnet by John Donne. Thank you.